So the UFC has a new pound-for-pound #1 king in Ilia Topuria, who just overtook Islam Makhachev, ending his generational run that lasted over 600 plus days. Alright, this is crazy. This is big news. We have big changes overall to the whole pound-for-pound rankings. Pantoja shot up randomly like 5 spots. Okay, that's weird. We have Dricus at 4, followed by Merab, who rightfully so should be in the top 3. I do think that's right. And then obviously Islam and Ilia. Okay. But this is crazy because I wouldn't have predicted this would happen, but I'm not surprised. Okay. When you think of pound for pound, what does it actually mean? It means fighting at any weight. If the fighters were all the same weight, who would win? Alright, yeah. So proving he can actually fight and become a champion at multiple weight classes does strengthen the argument that he should be the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world right now. So in today's video, I want to talk about, is this justified? Are the pound-for-pound rankings still a mess and a joke? Now, I am someone who doesn't really take them that seriously because Pantoja just recently hit the top 5, alright? It's stupid. Dricus is at 4. Makes no sense. These things are still a fucking mess, okay? Don't take them seriously. But when it comes to the #1, I do understand why that's a big deal. Obviously, the fighters think it's a big deal, you know, because you can become a champion in your weight class, all right? That's like the pinnacle of your weight class achievement that you can get. But then when you actually look at the pound for pound, it's like, oh, I can become the king of the UFC. That's pretty cool. So I do understand why the fighters take it seriously, but it's so inaccurate. It's so messed up. You know, like, when it comes to the top 5, it's usually somewhat accurate. But even right now, like, why is Dricus #4, man? He just shouldn't be that high. Like, he just shouldn't be, okay? He should be up there. He should be in, like, the top 7. But when it comes to actual how accurate they are right now, they're still not perfect. They're never going to be perfect, all right? But let's talk about Ilia Topuria, all right? Should he actually have gotten pushed up to #1 this early and overtaken Islam, all right? I think so. I do think so, because when you look at the fighters, okay, that both guys are fighting and beating and winning against and how they're doing it, you know, Ilia Topuria, he's on a generational run, all right? You can't deny this. You can't fucking deny this. It may start off weak by earning his title shot versus Josh Emmett, all right? It may, but this dude has finished Volk, Max, and Charles in a row the same way pretty easily, and you really can't deny his greatness, his dominance, and yeah, honestly, he does deserve this because, again, when you talk about pound for pound, like, this is how you prove it. You go up to another weight class, you challenge yourself by going up another weight class and seeing if you can do it, okay? But you see the Islam PFP. No bias, bro. Islam's my favorite fighter, and I do think he should have been surpassed by Ilia right now. But Islam's coming back for it. All right, he's fucking spinning back, okay? He's going to go fight and beat JDM, and then he's going to get his spot back. That's all I'm going to say about that, okay? Because he will obviously be fighting JDM before Ilia fights again, okay? So don't worry, Islam dick riders. I'm not an Islam dick rider. I just like the dude, okay? He's a cool fighter. He's my favorite fighter. I like his personality, and he's always finishing people and putting on fun fights, okay? But he's spinning back for that shit, all right? He's coming back. He's going to finish JDM with a Darce, all right? Yeah, real casual take there. Oh, he Darces everyone. He's going to Darce JDM. He is going to Darce JDM, okay? He's going to get him in one of JDM's wild scrambles, and he's going to latch it up. Okay, it's gonna happen, and yeah, I'm not mad about this though. To be honest, like, I know a lot of Islam fans are gonna be angry as fuck about this. Like, dude, he has a better win streak. His fighters were on better win streaks when he beat them. Dude, like, he has more quantity. Like, I understand, but pound for pound is not just a resume competition. It's really not, okay? That's like GOAT status. Pound for pound is going up to other weight classes and challenging yourself and beating people high up in the pound for pound list, okay? Ilia beat Volk when he was like top 5 pound for pound. He beat Max when Max was like, wasn't Max like top 10 pound for pound, okay? And then he beat Charles when Charles was like ranked, what, like 13 or 14 pound for pound. Yeah, you compare that to Islam, who beat Volk when he was like pound for pound number 1. That's obviously his most impressive win, okay? But then he beat Dustin Poirier, who wasn't pound for pound ranked. You know, obviously he beat Volk twice, but, you know, that's like half of a win. It's not really a second win, okay? It doesn't really count fully, okay? And then he beat Moicano, who's not really a pound for pound ranked guy, okay? It would have been Arman, which would have maybe even done enough to restrict Ilia from overtaking him here. I doubt it. But yeah, when you compare the resumes, like in the past few wins, you know, Islam doing it in multiple weight classes, you kind of got to give it to the guy. You got to give it to the kid. You do, okay? It should have happened. I'm not really glad it did because I like Islam more than Ilia, but I'm not mad. Okay, this is okay. But Islam's spinning back for that shit. And real quick, I want to say this. I don't want to turn this video into a crying video about super fights I want that we're not going to fucking get. But this is just another reason we need Islam versus Ilia. This shit sucks, bro. We need Islam versus Ilia now, okay? We need it now. And Islam, again, he did not duck. Like, I don't understand the mindset that he ducked. He defended his title the record amount of times. He defended it 5 fucking times. He wanted to go up and challenge for a double champ, which was being blocked by his friend, and his friend lost. So he took the chance to go do that, okay? He had no obligation to fight Ilia, a 145 champion, for the third time. The third time, okay? He had no obligation to do that. He wasn't ducking. He didn't duck. He's still not ducking. Okay? I just don't understand the argument there. Because if Islam does it, oh, he's ducking and he's scared of Ilia. But if Ilia does it, he's not scared of Gene Silva and Diego Lopez and a Volk rematch. He's just so good, man. He obviously beat them. But Islam's just not. So he'd lose. Like, fuck that. Okay? You sound dumb. He's not a duck. Ilia versus Islam. I want it to happen more than you, bro. I want it to happen more than you. But again, I cannot acknowledge that Islam is ducking because he is not. Okay? He wanted to go challenge for double champ. He was more deserving of it than Ilia. Okay? And he was planning to do this shit and begging to do this shit and not have to cut all that weight for years. For like 2 defenses, he was saying, I want to go up to 170. Okay? Now, when he gets the chance to do it, after breaking the record of defenses, doing all he can do in the division, tried to clear it out as best as possible, Arman ducked, didn't want that shit, so he didn't get Arman on his resume for the second time because, oh yeah, he already beat Arman. Crazy, okay? I mean, it was Tadpole Arman, but, you know, it still fucking counts, okay? So yeah, just another reason we need that fight, okay? So, I'm gonna need you to beat JDM's ass, Islam. And then I'm going to need you to go back down to 155. No. Okay, this is what's going to happen, okay? No, we're not doing that. We're not having Islam bulk up and then weight drain and get KO'd by Ilia, okay? Because then all the Islam dick riders will just say, dude, he weight drained, man. That shit's not even a real win. That's not. I wouldn't say that. I would not be a part of that, okay? I would not be, okay? But, yeah, this is what should happen. Islam will beat JDM's ass into the fucking dirt, okay? Easily, okay? And then, by then, like 2 months later probably, Ilia will fight somebody, okay? I don't know who, because it's pretty skewed right now. Is it going to be Arman? Is it going to be Patty? Is it going to be Justin the Highlight, okay? Please don't be fucking Justin Gaethje, oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty unclear, but he's going to fight somebody, okay? And then he goes up to 170, trying to make history, get the third belt, pound for pound number 1 versus pound for pound number 2, while they're both double champs. Let's fucking go. Okay, that's the super fight. All right, that is actually a mega fight. Okay, that is a mega fight. 2 double champs going at it at the same time. That's aura. All right, that's aura versus aura, bro. We need that. Inject it in my every vein I have, please. Overdose me with it, please. I need that shit now. Real quick, now let's try to rearrange these rankings, okay? Because this is number one bullshit. This is not right, okay? Obviously, Ilia and Islam. That's interchangeable, whatever. Number 1 and 2, either or is fine with me, okay? And then number 3, I do agree that you could have Merab or Pantoja, okay? But I think it needs to be one of them. There's no other rule, okay? I would personally put Pantoja above Merab, okay? I would, just because he's finishing people and he has more quantity. So, you know, he might have slight worse quality names resume-wise, but, I mean, Merab's, like, beating Umar, who didn't really prove himself yet, and rematching O'Malley when it's unjustified, so I don't know about that. So yeah, for me, I'm putting Pantoja 3, followed by Merab, because Merab does deserve it, okay? Followed by, this is the hard one, okay? Then I would actually put Volkanovski at number 5, okay? Just because, you know, he may have gone on a losing streak, but he bounced back, and the losses do matter, but you can't just forget all the work he did, okay? I'd put Volk 5, followed by Big Ank, okay? Big Ank should be over Dreykus. Then I'd put Dreykus after him, okay? I do think Big Ank should be over Dreykus. He beat Alex Pereira, who's number 2, dominantly. Easily won that fight, okay? And his resume is kind of underrated. I mean, 205 is kind of fucking dog shit, and he does have a lot of work to do in the division. Obviously, we know that. He still has to fight Yuri. He still has to fight Jamal Hill. He still has to fight fucking 205. Sucks, man. I don't even know. But yeah. And then after that, it really doesn't matter. Let's be real. Like, who cares? If it's outside the top 6 or 7, it doesn't really matter at that point. Like, it's interchangeable. You could put JDM. You could put Tom. You could put Tom over JDM. You could put, like, whatever. And then, like, what? That's, like, 9 people. At 10, you could put, like, I don't fucking know. Like, I really don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Once you get to this point in the pound for pound, it's just, like, who gives a fuck? Like, yeah, man, I'm, like, number 9 right now. I'm getting there. Like, nobody cares unless you're top 5, okay? Put, like, Max Holloway. I don't know, okay? I think Max Holloway's, like, 11 right now. Like, who cares, okay? Just, I wanted to talk about pound for pound number 1 drama because that shit's big, all right? I was at work working the fucking night shift. I was surprised when I saw this shit. I just saw it on Twitter a couple hours ago. I was very surprised by this, but it actually happened. We have a new pound for pound number 1 king, and I agree with it. All right, let me know if you agree with it in the comments below. All right, that's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.